National election results for the Republic of Mozambique have been released, and the ruling party FRELIMO has retained its power. This result will herald the leadership of Daniel Chapo, who succeeds President Filipe Nyusi to become the country's fifth president since independence. Chapo is a lawyer and is seen as a business-friendly choice, with analysts saying he is well-placed to keep up the fight against insurgents in the north. For more on this, we're now joined by High Commissioner of Mozambique to South Africa, Manuela Lucas, and she joins us now via our video link. Maria, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. Let's start off here. The results are in, and of course, we now know that FRELIMO will retain its power in Mozambique. What is government's reaction to the election results?
The government reaction to the results is the peace. We need to maintain the peace. The President Filipe Nyusi spoke yesterday, saying that the Mozambicans, they have a right to protect, but they have to follow the law. And definitely we have to maintain the dialogue, we have to maintain peace. Today, when the candidate, FRELIMO candidate, the president-elected, Daniel Chapo, spoke after the results announced by the Electoral Commission, the National Electoral Commission of Mozambique, he spoke also on the peace, the necessity for us to sit down on dialogue and speak and maintain the peace in the country, because without the peace, there is no development. So this is the reaction of both the President Filipe Nyusi and also the candidates of FRELIMO, that is the president-elected now.
And High Commissioner, you speak about peace, because this is because some have said that these elections were actually not free and fair. How do you respond to those allegations, saying that, a number of Mozambicans saying that these elections were not free and fair?
The first reaction, I think you remember the first reaction of most of the observers that were in Mozambique. We had a lot of observers from EU, SABC, African Union, the Portuguese-speaking country community. All of them, their first reaction that the elections were peaceful, and definitely they didn't speak about the free and fair, but at least it were peaceful. And you could see that the Mozambicans, they were there, everything went well. I think everything now, all the problems started when we had that the lawyer of Podemos, and the candidate Venus Mondlane was killed. They were killed last week. So I think everything started to fuel from there. But definitely, all our leaders, starting from the President Filipe Nyusi, Mama Graça Machel, President Chisano, President Gebuza, and even the candidate himself of FRELIMO that now is the president-elected, all of them, they said that there is no way that we can accept that in a democratic country we can use gun to solve problems. So they really condemned the killing of these two politicians. Because they believe that in a democratic countries, we have ways and there is an institution to solve problems if we have problems. So now we have to wait for the observers to say, I said that who was killed was not a candidate, but was the lawyer of the candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, one can also not ignore, some of the reports coming out, from Mozambique, and Mondlane even going as far as alleging that there was vote rigging of the elections. And he says that, according to the reports, that there's allegations of election fraud and manipulation in favor of, the FRELIMO party. What do you have to say, and how do you respond to some of the allegations there being presented, saying that there was vote rigging and fraud and manipulation of the results?
In all the elections, I think all of us we agree that always there is this, the speech about the fraud and rigging. but there is institutions that they can solve. They're there to solve all these issues. Okay, you remember that last year during the elections on the municipalities, and our election on municipalities, also the opposition came in saying that there was a ringgit, there was a fraud, and they took the issue to the Constitutional Court. And we call it the Constitutional Council in Mozambique. And the Constitutional Council really found a way of solving whatever the opposition was saying, that if they had proofs, if now they have proof, we believe, because they still have another days, I think it's around 15 days for the Constitutional Court to ratify. So I even have seen that the Constitutional Court have sent all the candidates, presidential candidates, but also the party that ran the election, to ask them to bring proofs, so that they can start and see if there was a problem. If there is a problem, definitely I agree that I think that the Constitutional Council in Mozambique will solve the problem.
And of course, looking at FRELIMO winning, this year's election polls, and this will propel Daniel Chapo to become the new president of Mozambique. What kind of leadership can the people of Mozambique expect from Daniel Chapo?
I think all of us we have seen him when he was campaigning. He's 47 years old. He's young. He's lawyer, as you said, but also he was a governor. He started from the district, from Nacala Port to Cabo Delgado. Okay, he was also there in Cabo Delgado in the district, and then he came to Inhambane province as a governor. You could see that he really changed Inhambane. He's a young, he's a very simple man. He really worked with everybody. So I believe it's a hope for the youth. You could see during his campaign that the youth was there. So I think for the youth, definitely is a hope. So we see hope on him. We hope with all the challenges that the country is facing, that as he said today when he spoke after the results, he said he need dialogue, he need to work with everybody, inclusion. So I believe that definitely he brings a little bit of hope, and he'll be working with everybody at home.
All right, High Commissioner, let's leave it there for now. Thank you so much for your time. That is High Commissioner of Mozambique to South Africa, Manuela Lucas, just responding there to FRELIMO winning the elections there in Mozambique and propelling, of course, Daniel Chapo to become the 5th democratically elected president of Mozambique.